had a lot on my mind lately. That's something everybody says. But last week I was mowing my yard and this rap formed in my head. So today, if you're listening, I hope you all enjoyed. This rap is about everyone and the earth that we are destroying.
People shout Black Lives Matter, they yell please don't kill me. People march in the street just to proclaim their own identity, because that identity that they proclaim to be, other people see that as an evil enemy. There's some prideful people out there that say they love their country, but if you hate the people that live in it, how the hell do you love your country? You take to the streets to yell, you better pray, Christ is coming, you're a damn sinner. I don't get how people these days will act like they're sages, then go vote for a man that keeps little children in cages. So many of us want equality, but streets just said, but even with help from celebrities, we'll probably never get it. Oh, by the way, I did forget to mention, my name is Sean Davis and I'm actually a Christian.
You want to brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son. Brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son.
With that being said, let's put this on the list. In John 15 verse 12, Jesus said this is my commandment, that ye love one another. So how come I hear you say you're gonna shoot one another? Why? You ask? For difference of opinion. But how does that make sense if that's not Jesus' preaching? Here's another one for you. It was Paul who was teaching. The book of Hebrews, found in chapter 12, verse 14. Pursue peace with all men and the sanctification without which no one will see the Lord. That's what he's saying. I think that often. I love that verse. I live my life by it. Even if you're not a Christian, it's good to just try it. You know what it does? It makes me nicer. That's what I like. But when you mention the Bible, they want your head on a pike. That's why I'm quiet. I never want to mention to friends that part of the reason I'm nice is to save them from sin. Because I grew up in a household that told me lots of things. One of the things they told me really seemed to stick with me. They told me if you kill yourself, no matter the reason, you'll spend eternity in a place where summer is the only season. I'm talking about hell, the place that never freezes. If you don't think that's real, I'll tell you something that is. Suicide, period. Never joke about that. That's why whenever I'm mean to someone, I try to take it back. That's why every day I'm nice to you. Every life has a purpose, and I don't want it on my conscience that I made you feel worthless. Sometimes it's tiring. I never get anything in return, but I do it for you, just in case you might burn.
You want to brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son. Brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son.
I've gone on for too long. Let's talk something more democratic. Oh, you thought you were safe? Hell no, I'm still at it. You see, it's not just us, the Christians are them. Everyone is a problem. Everybody chips in. You think you're right, you're not, but we aren't either. No one is good nor bad, there is no one or the other. The thing I believe is that everyone has opinions, but when you tell me I'm wrong, it does nothing but get me heated. The things that you said to me do not make me mad. It's the fact that you act like nothing you do is bad. You act like you never called anybody the N-word, yet you know that you have, but you try to ignore it. Those same people scroll Twitter pages of famous celebrities has to get them all fired so they can claim it as unity. Let me tell you what you do. Yeah, I don't care how you put it. They all worked hard for their lives. Now you lazies want to screw it. If it was you up there, matter of fact, you wouldn't like it, because it would happen to you, and you would hopelessly fight it. You want to march in the street just to say you want equality, but then burn down a business that's owned by people in poverty. You say you want peace, you let that ring in the street, but then a cop shows up and you want to show teeth. You hate on celebrities for living their lives, for choosing and doing things that you think's not right. It doesn't matter what you think. They are their own person. You have no right to force any of your words for conversion. You hate on religions for doing the same, but you do it too. Your words are in vain. So if it's peace you want, then why are you fighting? By the way, my name is Sean, and I've rooted for Biden.
You want to brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son. Brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son.
I don't think I understand what the goal is of anti-maskers. I really didn't think we were dumber than anti-vaxxers. Apparently I was wrong. Of course that's not a shocker. Apparently an essential of life is a nail sharper, so you can't even wait a month before you get your nails done. You won't put a mask on for the expense of your own fun. You lie. You yell
it's an infringement of all my rights.
You yell it in our faces, then we go home for the night. A few days later, I take my son to the hospital. I'm scared to death. I adopted him when he was little. Every day I tried to make his life worthwhile. All I ever wanted to do was to make him smile. And then a few days later, I was chilled to the bone. When the doctors came in and told me he died alone, he was stuck in quarantine. They said he had a virus. I watched through glass daily as my son became lifeless. And then on that day that death took its toll, my son died of COVID at 5 years old. He never had a life. He didn't know what was happening. I thought of that woman and I thought, are you happy? My only son dead, at heaven's call and beckon. All because you can't wear a mask for 5 seconds. But I know you don't care. You think it's all just a myth. You probably thought he died from a cold or some shit. I'm sorry, I cussed. I shouldn't have said that. But those people lost a son that they won't get to have back. Wait, I'm sorry, that story's not about me. It's about a family that gets what I mean. Because people do go through that even though they wear a mask to protect themselves from people like your selfish ass. But you ask, wait a minute, they wore a mask? Yes they did, but listen before you put me on blast. They had a mask, both of them, that was the point. But the virus sticks to your clothes like the smoke stems from joints. They went home that day after you yelled in their face, and they entered their house where they thought they were safe. But the germs on their clothes caused by your little fit made the little kid sick and caused them to die from it. You say to them,
It wasn't my fault, he was already sick. The mask make you choke, COVID is just a myth.
well okay, if you really think COVID is a myth, then why don't you go take a visit to a hospital, which ask a doctor to let you enter without mask in a room. If it was somebody who can only see their family through Zoom, if it was fake like all you people want to claim it to be, then why don't you get up close so that you can hear them breathe? Forget the labored breath, that's not important right now. Just stay there for a few seconds, then go back to your house. Relax for a bit, then say goodbye to your spouse. Then go back to the hospital cause you need to lie down. It's hard to breathe, isn't it? Yeah, I know, it's crazy. And also it might feel like that your head's a bit hazy. Now lie down, you're young, this is all in your head. You'll be fine. Oh wait, you're already dead. This is sad. Wait, no, it's kind of ironic because you call this a myth and now you're gonna die from it. You look through the window of the door at your spouse and you cry to yourself,
I wanna go to my house.
there are tears in your eyes. This will be your last view, but let me tell you this, that 5-year-old was braver than you.
You wanna brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son. Brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being judged by our own son. Brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being killed by our own son. Brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being killed by our own son. Brag about your side, being the right one, but in actuality we're being killed by our own son. Killed by our own son. Killed by our own son. Killed by our own son.